It's difficult to say because I remember last season as well, Alliance did have this issue in drafting where it'd be kind of in crunch time in the draft and they would be using every valuable second. And it is impossible to know because, of course, teams aren't going to talk about this. Are they really conferring about what's happening? Is it more they know exactly what they want to pick and they're waiting? But personally, I always go down by the idea if it's last second,
yes, then
they're indecisive. They're really trying to try and get the best hero locked in. But
because the thing is, like, call me an idiot, but Lifestealer into Razor is that doesn't feel good, does it, or is it playable?
Honestly, mate, when I saw them pick the Lifestealer, I had this Razor. It just felt a bit awkward because the last pick in the draft is meant to be this kind of gotcha-style pick where you can really break through what you're seeing in your opponent's draft. And this is one of those kind of glaring moments where if Razor has an okay game, every fight, yeah. But I think there is actually some cute plays here because they mentioned on the panel, Lifestealer will be able to have, just shooting a bit around here. Lifestealer will be able to have a good game into Kunkka, Snap, the shot
For sure.
It's a great Lifestealer game for that.
Yeah, great against the disarm for the Pango, you can rage it off.
Exactly. You won't get locked down from the Snapfire. Kunkka as a carry, it's all about locking down the hero and bullying them, constantly chipping them down, but Lifestealer does buy armor items pretty well. Also, you can just rage away from that stuff. Again, it's a very good Lifestealer game if they can somehow isolate the Razor every fight and get him away.
Sure. And before that BKB, they're going to have great ways of doing that, right? Mars can push him away, Nightmare from Hanskin, the Fear from the Willow. And even when the BKB is there, they'll still have the Fiend's Grip. So without a doubt, it's not going to be smooth sailing for Funnick to just turn up and Static Link Nico Baby in the midst of the action every single time. Unless, as you say, they do get a good timing on the BKB and Funnick suddenly becomes this untouchable hero.
And you got Supreme playing the Queen of Pain. Yesterday against Nigma, this guy was hitting double-digit kills and assists in both games, even though one was a win, one was a loss. He was absolutely popping off on this co-op, and that's what you need from Alliance, right? You just mentioned the lockdown. If they can just make Razor feel under pressure, it's kind of hard to get the link and commit, right? If you are under the threat of all this other damage. So, yeah, it feels like a weird Lifestealer game, but I can see why Alliance has the confidence because if Nico Baby says, I can 1v1 the enemy carry and win,
then you give him the hero. You trust him.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got to go with what he believes in there.
And I really hope to see a play where he gets linked, he then infests Quap blinks out.
That'd be nice.
That'd be pretty cool. And then you just re-engage after the link. That would be a pretty stylish play. And again, this series is very important for both teams. They're both sitting 0-2 in the group stage right now. They kind of want to start getting a win under their belt because, Coolguys, they said in the interview, they want to drag one team down. Coolguys winning this series, that kind of is dragging Alliance down with them.
And that's going to feel rough, right? At the moment we've got 3 teams sort of sitting at 0-2. You don't want to be the first team to be 0-3.
Yeah, no one ever wants to be the biggest loser of the group. But this is the beauty, right? It's so early in the season that even if you are 0-3, there's always time to turn it around.
There is. Absolutely. Things can get very close towards the last few series. And as we say, especially in this sort of this, our post-TI sort of phase where we're having new rosters, it takes time to reach sort of your peak potential, and maybe you meet that halfway through the season.
Honestly, the first tour is the scariest tour in any season. I think we saw that last season with Chicken Fighters, right, where they qualify for Upper Division first tour, they then get eliminated from that, eliminated next season, and fully removed from DPC until now. I think any of these teams in Upper Division that aren't already contending for top 3, it's so scary. Being out of major contention for next tour, both of these teams really do need to pick it up, and that's why this series is, again, it's the pivotal moment for either of these teams to kind of prove to everyone that they the roster change is worth for good and that they can kind of morph into a team that is competitive.
So far, in terms of the lanes, the cores, it's really just the top lane where there's a bit of suffering for Alliance right now. As expected, I guess, there is a Lifestealer against the Razor. Mid lane should be fine. He's got the stick charges. So he's all cool. Easy for Ubi. He'll better head back to base. So yeah, slow start for Nico Baby. They did make I believe it's just a single camp pull. So Coolguys are actually going to have quite a nice, juicy creep wave coming into them on this top. So things are going to continue to look up for Funnick up here.
Yeah, this top lane is just about survival, really. You kind of want to make sure that Funnick doesn't build a massive lead. And they're doing okay right now, but yeah, it's one of those lanes where as long as Nico Baby isn't somehow killed by a wild cookie into some rundown of the static link, Alliance will be looking happy. Honestly, it's the Mars and Willow. They need to, I think, step up a little bit in the start of this game. Before, minute 8, where the lanes collapse, you need to see Mars Willow at least get a kill, be it on the Disruptor or the Kunkka, just try and get that early advantage that Quap can start then rotating with confidence. Yeah, Quap's doing amazingly mid, 24 and 6 with a Pango with the 19 and 2. Again, it's a Quap against a melee hero.
See if they can catch Aramis. No, won't quite be able to do so. No further chase from the Kunkrip. He knows with the Shadow Realm, it's not going to be a kill that they'll find. Maybe a second Thunderstrike. Good attempt from DNZ. Dropping the ward, trying to find the chance to pop that Thunderstrike down. And may have just done it, actually. Level 2 Thunderstrike would have certainly hurt, but could not quite find the vision.
The Kunkka and the Mars are actually copying each other for item builds. Double Gauntlet, Helm, Quelling Blade. Good old meta when armlets get put in. There you go, see that? Literally copying each other. Wait, there we go. There's the Kunkkas. Beautiful.
I mean, I feel like we see some variants, at least on the Mars. Do you like to see your Mars with the armlet or without the armlet? Like, what's sort of your take on Mars? Is it that strength line that you have to buy, or are there some situations where you do just, you look for the things like the Blink, the Yules?
I think, honestly, having casual Helm is cool if you're against physical armor lineups.
Yes.
But leaving it casual if you don't have any, natural heal within your draft. Because, of course, you don't really have the upkeep to have the armlet active and be damaging and killing heroes. And also for example, the Ring of Health play, I prefer that if there's not physical damage because you can potentially go, refresher, 35 minutes later. But again, you know what Dota players are like, right? If they think there's an efficiency to be had, they'll buy it and then they'll try and find a way to kind of get it into the build. So right now the meta is you buy a Helm or you buy a Ring on offlane, you have the regen, then you buy your, your phase boots or your Blink or whatever, and then you play Dota. So next patch, when it gets a bit nerfed, and we'll be seeing actual items back in the inventory, not just one big regen item.
Yeah, continues to be a complete trade down here. I mean, both supports know it, kind of leaving their course for their own business. Top lane, Nico Baby recovering nicely. It was a bit of a slow start for him up there, but now 27 for 4 against the 26 and 11. The way that this lane has started to play out, Alliance is going to be fine with bottom lane. Thug in trouble here, as they'll catch him out. Not a lot he can do on his own as Aramis comes back to the lane, offers that extra backup for Leslau. And Thug is on his own. No support backup around to help him turn that around.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? When Disruptor tries to make that move where he wants to get that ward off, it does open up for the pressure and they instantly capitalize on that. Same thing's happening top, right? But you see kind of Lifestealer being the better carry in this scenario, because where support moves to play on pull, Lifestealer will never be dying here. Unless there is some rogue cookie onto a half HP Lifestealer, then potentially. But yeah, very much Alliance punishing a little bit. And that's what they need to do, because in this type of game, Supreme, he wants to have free choice on the move. If both side lanes are going poorly, it's so hard for the Quap to feel good because you're going to have to rotate to one of them. And it's kind of like a scripted move, right? But when you're winning one lane, it gives Supreme the ability to just farm up, not have to over-rotate, utilize the small camp, get fat, 3.2k gold right now.
Yeah, he's very, very strong. I mean, the side lanes already, top lane, sure they're trading farm, but Coolguys have got to be careful how close they get to towers, because Supreme, with that Sonic Wave, more than ready to turn up and turn any sort of move that Coolguys try and make around.
And that's why you see Funnick just kind of parking the bus here by his tower.
Careful.
Also looking pretty slick there, Chief, but yeah, he doesn't really want to do anything too crazy because he knows about the Quap, and again, the lanes are pushing in. This whole single pool meta of just getting a little bit of XP just unlocks the offlane to have a pretty free time.
Back in the mid, Noob. Just going to have to back off. Can't risk sitting around low while Supreme is primed and ready. The Sonic Wave.
Noob's heat map must actually look pretty sad because it's just going to be a straight line
up and down,
base to mid, yeah. Rough one, but again, he is a Pangolier against a Queen of Pain.
Yeah, he's playing and he's not feeding. He's not dying in this lane. He's playing it smart.
Oh, there it is. Look at that trickle down back to base. But again, the key thing here, he's walking back to base because he knows that if Quap rotates, he can mirror that rotation with a TP, with Rolling Thunder, and actually, make that counterplay. So it's a pretty good way of playing a lane that you are somewhat losing, because TPs are very valuable here. Like if he TP'd to mid, Quap saw that. Quap 100% is running out of side lane, getting even more kills, making the game feel a little bit more uncomfortable. So Noob is indirectly keeping Quap mid just from walking back and forth.
Now it's time to make the move here from Alliance.
Yep.
Supreme.
Scouting out for stacks, making sure there's no fallback plan for this Kunkka, and then they will be wrapping around in the hope to kill off the Razor.
This should be some action top, surely. They're in on a Funnick. They'll get Cookie to the side. They're going to start diving in. Supreme holding onto the Sonic Wave for now. Now he lets it out. Funnick bursts low. They get the kill. TP comes in for DNZ, won't be able to do anything about controlling the cores. Might be able to set up onto Hansken as Omar stepping over. If they got any further lockdown, that doesn't look like it. Supreme even jumping in as well to force Coolguys away from chasing onwards for this one. So there we have it. Supreme finds the big hit top, comes in, they take out the Razor, they get out with no damage done to themselves.
Yeah, a really nice start to the game, and that's like the reason, you know, we start like, oh, lifestealer, yada yada yada, but if you go even in lane, because you have this Bane to Nightmare to prevent the dominance of Razor, and then you bring Quap in, right? Like, look at the net worth. Like, this isn't a Razor that's going to be able to comfortably run at a lifestealer right now, and that small window of advantage will give Alliance the confidence to pick a Razor like this and to play into it. Like Supreme, he's just not going to bother going back to mid anymore. He's just going to keep poking and being annoying.
Just going to be a little careful with the rotation from Noob and Hansken. I mean, Noob wants to hold on to the Rolling Thunder, doesn't want to commit with it straight away, and he won't need to. They get Hansken, and Nico Baby leaves the area. He's not interested in staying up here any further.
Supreme, he killed off the courier there, but he probably just revealed the ward. Because a really nice play from Alliance there was they smoked in, but before going for the kill, they scouted for stacks. They placed an aggressive ward, they then repositioned to then kill the Razor top, right? So it's like the mannerism of the smoke enabled 3 or 4 different little mini plays to develop, rather than just going smoke into kill. And it's the efficiency of smokes that really unlocks the game, right? Like that deep dire ward now on the Radiant side, top side of the map, like this is going to unlock Supreme from playing that aggressive style of Dota that he needs to do, you know? Like you see 3 top, no one farming Ancients, run at bottom, give it a go. And we haven't even mentioned the Mars yet. He's just been, you know, free farming. Look at him. 4.8k gold, living his best life, pushed away the Kunkka after that first kill. 4 or 5 minutes ago, and he did just go straight for the armlet. Like when the game's this free,
yeah, he's loving it.
Why not greed it up?
Yeah, he's loving it. Leslau. I'll take the tower trade here. But overall, Alliance, they are the ones with the advantage. 2k gold up. 10 minutes in, not a lot of kills going on, but Alliance, they're very happy with that. It means that Nico Baby's farming away to his heart's content. Going for the armlet, of course, after the phase. Standard stuff here from the Lifestealer. And definitely feels like the pressure on Coolguys to make some moves around Noob, or at least counter any sort of moves that Supreme tries to lead for Alliance. Pretty deep.
Very deep. Very dead as well.
I don't think there's much that can happen here to save him. The grip's out, and he's gone. As it's going to happen when he farms that close to the tier 2 tower. DNZ also getting caught out by the root from Aramis. As not the place to be.
And then Mars got a free TP back to mid lane through the glimpse to go farm a whole creep wave.
Leslaugh's like, cheers.
Cheers, Chief.
Don't mind if I do. Back to the creeps.
Yeah, tasty.
He's continuing to farm it up very nicely and get his way on towards the blink. Still yet to, of course, see Thug sort of turn up for the fights. He has his armlet done. I mean, obviously, those sort of fights he's never going to get to as his teammates going a little deep into enemy territory up by the tier 2, just 11 minutes in. We'll see how sort of the things change when the fights are closer to Coolguys' side of the map.
But yeah, that's kind of what Coolguys need right now. Like, you see Panglia rushing the Blink Dagger. They need to, like, offer up that bait where Alliance seek that free aggression and then punish before. Because, like, Quap, she's rushing BKB.
Yeah.
You know, Mars already has an armlet. That's pretty hard to kill. And then Lifestealer has Rage. It's a pretty hard kill again, right? So the only way Alliance will, like, slip up in this early game is if they start throwing themselves at these towers. Like, you see how they're playing? It's Lifestealer is farming a slow armlet, like he's chilling right now.
Yeah.
And maybe Coolguys, if they get the jump, can do it, but the Alliance is playing pretty split here, so potentially this could be a free kill.
So they can get Leslau.
Yep.
Noob's in. He's got the opening. Good angle as well there to set up with a couple of bounces. Static Storm's down. This will be a free kill here for Coolguys.
DNZ sneakily taking that away. Yoink, that's mine. Support kill. Gets himself a mana boost from it though. Fair play. But yeah, you see Hansking just playing top, right? He's hugging the trees. If for some reason someone really overstepped, maybe he could get a Nightmare into a play. You know, like, look at Supreme. TPing straight away to the outpost, right? Like, Alliance is just trying to play kind of in this buddy system. Like, Mars was a bit aggressive, but before that, Lifestealer was playing bot. Like, if Lifestealer's there, he shouldn't be dying in that situation. So, yeah, Alliance just kind of really greeding the map, and that's why they have a little bit of a lead right now.
Yeah.
Thug, he's farming up. He's having a free time. He's been uncontested so far, other than that one death in laning phase. Question is, how will he really enter the game?
I mean, the BKB, of course, is going to be very, very strong. You know, you look at what Alliance is going to be able to do through it. not a lot until Nico Baby's got his items. I mean, Nico Baby, with the speed that he is farming, he's going to have the Desolator probably at quite a good timing after the armlet. So, I mean, with the armlet and the Death, so if they're able to stop the Kunkka getting his boat out, Nico Baby will he's going to hit him pretty hard.
Yeah, this is... Ooh. I think that's the thing with Lifestealer in general, right? Like, the hero, it feels so hard to play until you then have, Armlet Desert. Once you hit those items,
yeah, you're a beast.
You're a beast. You can chunk through heroes, right? But it's having enough map to play. But yeah, Alliance have been playing the map really well. Like this aggressive ward we mentioned earlier from that smoke, it stayed up the entire time. Like it's about to die now, perfectly timed. But like, oh poor Willow. Oh yeah. No.
Oh. Last couple of kisses will do it. Same time at the bottom lane, Funnick gets gone upon. DNZ does buy time though with the Static Storm setup. They've got the drag back onto Supreme. Boat comes crashing down. They've got the damage to take him out.
Okay.
They may have lost their offlaner, but they take down Supreme from the mid. And now with the swashbuckle over to Leslau. Leslau is low, going for the TP out. Oh, he misses it. Little off the mark there. Thinks that he's gone a little bit deep around that tree's trunk or whatever it is to TP out, but he's actually south of it, so won't catch him. And Leslau gets out alive.
I wish I could have... Oh, the fog... Oh. Well, he's just behind that tree, right? Yeah, wow.
And we'll see it again. If he did get the angle correct, he definitely would have hit before the TP was off.
He was out of vision. He was out of vision. That was beautiful. No, he wouldn't.
But if he was going straight towards him, would it have hit him before the TP was off?
Yeah, I think
he would have.
Yeah, I think the...
it was very
close. But that cheeky little bit of behind the tree,
yeah, nice side spot there from Leslau.
Oh, mate.
Handscan, and he's been spotted. See what they can do here. Anything to help out. Aramis has got a fear at the ready if Funnick chases. They get the glimpse back into the X mark. Very hard to run away from these two. Thug and DNC with all the drag back to contain and kill off Handscan.
That is a classic combination, of course, Disruptor and Kunkka. Anyone stays into the wrong position, then they will always be X-backed or glimpse back. You have to make sure that you play with kind of decisiveness.
Oh, mid, no, the combo's off. And a cookie.
Yeah.
We'll get Noob out.
Love that interaction as well. You can just always cookie out. The thing is, in that kind of matchup is, if you get speared to the arena, you of course face the target the spear came from, so you can't cookie out. But if you can cookie before the spear connects on you, you can quickly hop out, jump away. So, Snapfire, pretty good counter to Mars if you're able to react quick enough. But of course,
Supreme's trying to farm this wave.
He doesn't have BKB either. He's so close.
He's incredibly dead. Everything thrown down to Supreme is going to do the job. They'll be able to take the tier 1 tower. And just completely not expecting that jump at all there, Supreme. As he tries to hit the creeps and stand strong on his own. Coolguys, they don't let him get away with that at all, and it will postpone the BKB for a little longer.
Yeah, and that's the type of pickoff you need, because even though Coolguys feel like they're not able to muster much in this game right now, when they get BKB Kunkka, when they get BKB Razor, their fights are, I don't say simple, but like they can actually smoke up and make a play.
I mean, they're very strong with these BKBs, yeah, no doubt about it.
It's like, it's one of those things where if Pango starts to fight and unlocks Kunkka, and then you get the Razor actually static linking the Lifestealer, that's when the fight looks pretty good for them, right? So in the next 5 minutes, Alliance need to be careful they don't overplay their hand, because there is going to be a timing coming from Coolguys. Smoking up on the Kunkka, Leslau.
I know Leslau's around. The smoke's come off, but Leslau.
They have a scan if they want. No. Oof.
He's away. TP, of course, over towards the tier 2, so he's ready to get back in here with the rest of Alliance as they group up on the high ground.
They are playing on their own vision. Alliance have a ward just to the left of this, though.
They're going to get the job. Spear into the fear. It's going to be a good amount of lockdown onto the Kunkka, but Noob is trying to come in to help out. Doesn't quite get the initial connection, though. BKB's off. Sonic Wave will burst through that BKB of Thug to take him down. Handscan with the grip at the ready. Locks down Noob as well.
That is... Like, Bane... Oh, and they're going to clean up DNZ as well. Nice little dessert for that engagement. Like, playing against Bane as Pangolier, it's already pretty rough, right? But then you have Lifestealer who, through his own BKB can walk into the Rolling Thunder and actually right-click. Pangolier has to be so careful with how he takes these fights. And
This is big as well. Straight into the Roche. Yeah, still got a few seconds left on the DD from Supreme, so that's going to help speed up. Dessa, of course, done on Nico, baby. They won't have any struggle getting this one unless we see some sort of YOLO play. I mean, Omar's going to start it off. The kiss. His Handscan is probably going to go down here.
He is.
See if they can get the kill with the kisses onto the Roche. They won't. It will be all Alliances as Alliance get the kill. Aegis onto Nico Baby. Bunnick trying to chase him down, but the Yules will hold him back. They're able to get Nico Baby out there with the Aegis safely.
DNZ tried to tumble his toy into war to try and get a glimpse of, but he got connected by the root. But no, from Alliance here, that is just punishing the overplay of Coolguys. They thought the Kunkka was a little bit tankier in top lane. Perfect spear initiation from Leslau, which leads into a Roshan. And now Alliance feeling pretty comfortable. I think Pangolier, he needs to look towards maybe like a Linken's, because right now, if he rolls up,
he's squishy.
It's grip into a lifestealer right click.
Yeah.
Fight is pretty much over for him. But Linken's will help a lot with that. You see, Coolguys, they're still playing with the confidence right now, because I think they've identified the fact that when Razor gets BKB in like 200 gold, they still can take a fight. Like, Alliance doesn't have this insane damage. It's like Arena, Fear, Crop Ult. Outside of that, it's like right-clicking, slowly trying to walk you down, right? So
sure. So you think if Coolguys sort of had the tools to draw out the fight, long drawn-out fights should favor Coolguys heroes?
No, exactly that. You know, like if you can isolate the Quap after BKB, if you survive through the arena, that big control, maybe they can do it. But again, it's one of those, they need to be in their own vision with that perfect kind of prolonging of the fight, the initiation of maybe the Rolling Thunder, catch a couple supports off guard with Disruptor. But yeah, this is a very complicated kind of 5 minutes now for Coolguys running into an Aegis. Because Nico Baby, the thing with Lifestealer is without Aegis, you're kind of scared to go to objectives because that static storm, you can't rage, you're going to die, right? But now with the Aegis, you're just going to freely A-click down lanes. Then you can wait for your Mars and Willow to really turn around the fight. Really change the script of the game.
Alliance, they don't find any action with the smoke, but they might find the tier 2. Seeming like Coolguys, they don't want to take the fight head on whilst the Aegis is in Nico Baby's hands. They'll just look for trades elsewhere, but they might not quite get the trade. The fortification comes out, and they're definitely still playing on the defensive here, Coolguys. Prepared if Alliance do swing back for some action.
Yeah, look at Nico Baby, like he doesn't really care, right?
Gonna start the fight attempts off onto Nico Baby. I mean, the rest of Alliance have spread pretty far from him, but the rage and the TP is there. They're not able to lock him down completely as Nico Baby gets back to the safety of his base.
The thing is, though, people probably will be laughing at like, haha, nice static. Like, even if they hit the Rolling Thunder and didn't bounce him out, like, I don't think they have the damage to kill him there. And that just kind of puts even more confidence to Alliance now. It's like, guys, just run at them. They've wasted 2 big spells. Go hit mid tier 1.
Yeah. And if they do kill him the once before he gets the rage off, then he respawns, then he can rage.
Still hits mid tier 1, yeah.
So yeah, indeed, they're still getting the work done here. Alliance as Coolguys not quite able to break them up. Alliance getting some good map control achieved here with this Aegis.
DNZ trying to go for the most optimistic build on Disruptor. I think everyone has done it at least once in their life. The mana boots into straight Aghanims. It can be a game winner, but it does mean you lack 4 staffs and glimmers for the kind of the crucial part of the game. All this payoff.
Alliance doing a good job to not let this lead slip away here. Coolguys still trying to scramble to make some sort of move. Leslau's in with a jump. It's caught Omar. See some TPs coming over as Alliance are ready to bring in the full force to try and turn this into even more. Supreme, I'll get the setup onto DNZ with the slow. He gets a glimpse back, but a quick God's Rebuke from Leslau absolutely destroys DNZ.
Yeah, that's the value of the armlet there, right? Like, you just turn it on, you hit that rebuke, you turn it off. Positioning is so key right now, and Alliance is playing with the confidence that they, if they get jumped, I just don't think Coolguys have that explosive damage right now. It's all, again, like we said earlier, it's about that kind of drawn-out fight. Kunkka, Snap, they all need a little bit longer. And Nico Baby still with the Aegis for, 30 seconds. Chunks away a little bit more at this tier 2.
Yeah, they're getting a lot done with it. They pretty much all got like the tier 2 bottom, tier 1, and now nearly the tier 2 mid. Alliance pushing the advantage very nicely here so far. 23 minutes in 4K lead and taking over Coolguys' side of the map. Coolguys, they're not having any of it though. They're coming out with the smoke, trying to hit whilst this Aegis might just come to an end.
Defensive roll just to make sure no one gets in that.
Hansken. Now they've got the glimpse back. Now get the Bane. and they won't get anything else. The rest of Alliance safely out.
Yeah, Coolguys playing with confidence there, just because you see top and bot lane. You got Cop pushing out top and Mars showing on the bot wave. So Coolguys are able to, get a freebie. But during that freebie of Hanskin dying, that poor little old Bane, Mars just completed BKB. And Quap's about to complete Sanj and Kaya, so very much Alliance are just bulking up right now. They understand that if they don't kill within that window of time where they have the big spells, they need to still be able to, muscle up into a potential...
Look at this from the high ground.
That's up to it. Oh, is he back in?
They're going to keep him in that Static Storm.
He's back out now.
And he's able to get the rage off now, and he's ready to fight back. Jumps into Leslau, Noob. Looking to roll away. Supreme tries to chase, but gets caught by the Rolling Thunder. They're not able to fully and cleanly combo down Nico Baby, so they have to bail out of there, and they do manage to do that.
And then, of course, Infest, go. They use the big spells, but get to here. It's so awkward, right? The Static Storm, and he's bounced out. He's bounced back in. He's bounced back out. And then he gets to pop off. Oh. Yeah, the Pango Disruptor combo actually is pretty inconvenient.
It's a little tricky. I guess in that situation, like, Static Storm was coming to an end, so
yeah,
probably would have been able to rage anyway.
Just got to be careful,
but
right?
It's definitely showing the difficulties to being able to execute this Lifestealer. I think we're definitely seeing with the way that Alliance has been able to carefully play this, and Nico Baby with his build with the Lincoln Sphere, they fully had a plan for this game, and the Lifestealer, it's looking pretty good so far.
Oh yeah, it's looking clean. It's just the fact that the rest of Alliance has done such a good job setting up the game that Funnick is so scared to actually connect in on this Lifestealer. And outside of Aegis, when did you see Nico Baby walk in front of the fight first, right? Like, he's not offering himself up for the link. He's waiting, he's buying his time, he's allowing his team to set up the engagement. So that by the time Lifestealer connects, Funnick's like, guys, I have held my static link for like 20 seconds here. Can I just use it on anyone? Do I have to hold it? And that's how you can play into matchups that aren't always on paper going to be that good. But now you see Coolguys kind of going for the kind of plan, C of a Dota game, which is skip waves, guys. Let's not run at them head on head. Let's try and get at least another item on everyone. Maybe they find a pick off, but very much they won't be looking to, I think, smoke up again, just because how difficult it was to kill that Lifestealer. And it's not one of those games where you're opening up the map with like a Terrorblade type hero, right? Not Aramis though.
Aramis wants to set something up, but he immediately gets set up upon. The Static Storm comes out. Leslau commits with the BKB in the arena, but he's a little hesitant on how he goes for Omar. Omar able to get out with the cookie.
Are they going to kill him?
I mean, they're going to be able to get the bounce back with the Rolling Thunder straight into the boat combo. Thug, the kiss is coming out as well. That definitely was a bit of an awkward move there from Alliance. Leslau choosing to try and get a fight going. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, though, Funnick has been isolated. They're trying to come in with the backup, but the grip and the damage of Nico Baby is enough to take him down. They're going to try and chase on Coolguys. Supreme jumps down to the low ground, pushing back Omar with the Sonic Wave. They burst through DNZ. Can Thug fight this? He needs help, and he's going to get it. DNZ comes in with a buyback. Noob kind of stuck on the cliff for now. The BKB soon to come to an end of Thug, but he turns, gets a torrent control off onto Nico Baby. Rage is back and ready, but Alliance, they won't force up to the high ground. They'll now back off. 2 buybacks coming out of Coolguys. And Alliance, I said that back off. Nico Baby, he wants to go back in. DNZ steps up to the high ground. That's a dieback from DNZ. And Alliance, they're not done yet. They've got their eyes on Noob. He's into the tree line.
Where's Thug?
Nico Baby looking to still charge him for more targets. The Nightmare set up onto Omar, who of course also brought back. He has got the Invis to hide with an Alliance. No detection ready to throw down onto the high ground. Noob behind Alliance still has to be very careful here if he gets found. They do know he's around in the trees. He's got his Rolling Thunder at the ready, and Funnick. I mean, Funnick's just starting off the fight here. He's just charging straight at them. And Alliance, they know there's something up. Yeah, Funnick's only going to come at them like that if he's got backup. Alliance, they're still postured very aggressively here. They're ready to fight Coolguys outside of the base. Jump in with the dagger onto Omar. Thug waiting back now for his BKB to come back off cooldown. Alliance do some heavy damage, get that lead up, forcing those buybacks out. A dieback in the case of DNZ. And now up 9k. DD Rune at the ready for the next move. Roshan is back up and available if they want to take it.
Yeah, I think Alliance is just going to walk straight into this pit. And that all started because, Coolguys playing bot lane. They're able to find this pick off. They punish Leslau TPing down there. And Nico Baby had no TP at all in this entire time. That's why we saw Funnick try and go aggressive on them. That's why we saw everyone buy back in the top lane. Because this was a Nico Baby by himself. But it's a Nico Baby with a Lincoln's, with a Bane behind him. Like, again, it's so hard. And when you use your big spells bot lane, you can't then suddenly kill Lifestealer. a little bit late to this Roshan contest as well.
Noob. He's going to try, but indeed, that time has already passed. Nico Baby able to pick up the Aegis. Phoenix in with the BKB and the Stallion Link onto Leslau. Leslau turns with the Arena of the Spear, won't quite hit it, and Leslau goes down. Funny, can he get out of this? He cannot. Supreme jumps in to finish him off. Inside the pit, Thug, look at the Torrent out onto Hanska, the Sonic Wave pushing back Thug, and Noob pushes Thug, in fact, outside of the pit. He'll go for a TP out, but they'll jump forward with the burst to clean him up before he can escape. Double kill for Supreme. Maybe more if they can get DNC as well. They can. They've got the damage. Nico Baby's in, 4 dead around the pit, and they'll tap out after that one. A failed Roshan fight there from Coolguys leaves them with no chance of getting back into this game against Alliance. GG is called. Alliance, they came in and they take this one cleanly. The Razor pick at the end of it all, it was perfectly planned for. They knew